The sky shattered as two titans appeared on opposite ends of a dying universe. Stars screamed as they bent to their wills, collapsing into streams of molten chaos. Thanos, armored and calculating, gazed at Darkseid, whose eyes burned with eternal judgment. Their armies bristled behind them, 1,000,000 warriors ready to fight for a universe that might not survive the first strike. Time itself seemed to hold its breath. Thanos flexed his gauntlet, each infinity stone pulsing with raw energy. Darkseid's Omega beams danced across the battlefield, carving paths through mountains of debris. Soldiers fell instantly, yet both armies pressed forward, driven by loyalty, fear, and ambition. The collision of their forces sent shockwaves across reality, tearing fragments of planets into the void. Neither conqueror spoke, but the silence screamed louder than the chaos surrounding them. Lightning crackled as the first true clash of wills erupted. Thanos swung the gauntlet, warping fragments of space toward Darkseid's chest. Darkseid raised his hand, redirecting the energy into a cascade of fire that scorched entire legions. Both commanders moved with impossible precision, their eyes locked in a silent promise. Only one would claim dominion over the multiverse. Every second expanded like an eternity, and every strike echoed through infinite worlds. The armies surged forward, colliding in a torrent of steel, magic, and fire. Thanos' Outriders charged with ruthless synchronization, while parademons swarmed like a dark tide. The ground quaked under their weight, mountains crumbled, oceans boiled, and skies turned to liquid shadow. Amid the chaos, the Titans themselves remained untouchable, shaping reality with a gesture, bending their soldiers' fate like pawns on a cosmic chessboard. Darkseid unleashed his Omega sanction, attempting to erase Thanos from existence itself. The Mad Titan gritted his teeth, summoning a protective barrier of infinity energy, deflecting the beam in a spectacle of light and darkness. For a heartbeat, the universe trembled on the edge of annihilation. Mortals and immortals alike watched in horror and awe, witnessing a confrontation that would determine which philosophy, the Iron Order of Thanos or the oppressive certainty of Darkseid, would dominate all. Thanos countered with precision, collapsing fragments of reality around Darkseid into miniature singularities. The Dark Lord of Apocalypse stepped forward, tearing through the illusions effortlessly, each movement a testament to his godlike strength. Energy collided with energy, creating ripples across dimensions. Stars blinked out in their path. Planets that had once held life now became arenas for titanic fury, their histories erased in seconds. Every strike felt like a judgment on existence itself. The armies suffered immense losses, yet neither Titan faltered. Thanos' cunning struck at Darkseid's strategy, predicting the Parademon's movements, obliterating entire battalions with calculated precision. Darkseid, relentless, crushed entire wings of Outriders beneath his fists, his voice resonating like thunder. "You will kneel, Titan, or you will be erased." Thanos smiled grimly, the gauntlet glowing brighter, his ambition undimmed. Between them, the multiverse groaned under the weight of two unstoppable forces. The sky itself cracked as reality tore. Dimensions collided in a kaleidoscope of chaos, forming landscapes impossible to navigate. Time fragmented, stretching seconds into hours. Thanos manipulated the stones to slow Darkseid's advance, while Darkseid distorted gravity and matter to crush Thanos' army. Soldiers from countless worlds screamed, vanished, and reappeared, trapped in the Titans' war. This was not merely a battle. It was a rewriting of existence, a cosmic trial with no mercy. Thanos stepped forward, his voice booming over the battlefield. "The multiverse is mine to correct." Darkseid responded with a glare that split the void. "It is mine to command." They collided mid-air, fists smashing into each other with the force of collapsing galaxies. Each punch sent shockwaves across realities, scattering stars and shattering moons. Even their armies paused in terror, knowing the war had transcended them. Only one could survive, and the universe itself waited to see who. Reality itself seemed to bend, as both titans invoked their ultimate weapons. Thanos summoned entire timelines into collapsing spirals, while Darkseid brought forth the full might of Apocalypse. Each strike tore through dimensions, unmaking and remaking existence. The multiverse quaked, and echoes of their fury rippled across worlds. Heroes and villains alike from countless realities sensed the upheaval. Legends would be born, even as they feared this might be the final war. A crack appeared in the fabric of existence, revealing glimpses of countless universes trembling. Thanos' gauntlet radiated with supreme focus. Darkseid's eyes burned with eternal judgment. They circled each other, waiting, calculating, feeling the infinite possibilities of victory and defeat. Behind them, the shattered armies barely moved, unable to comprehend the scale of destruction. Every choice now mattered, not just for their own survival, but for the fate of every reality in existence. Then, without warning, they clashed in a final, apocalyptic strike. Space imploded around them, pulling everything into a vortex of energy, fire, and shadow. The sound of destruction was deafening, a symphony of annihilation. Stars vanished, galaxies twisted, and multiverses trembled. Soldiers, mortals, and immortals were torn between dimensions, unable to escape the magnitude of power unleashed. In that moment, only the will of the conquerors mattered. When the light dimmed and the cosmic echoes faded, one figure stood. Thanos, gauntlet glowing faintly, surveyed the silence of a universe rewritten. Darkseid's form was gone, dissolved into the remnants of fractured reality. Victory was his, but at a cost unimaginable. Entire worlds were erased, armies obliterated, and time itself still trembled. Even in triumph, Thanos understood that absolute power demanded absolute sacrifice, and the multiverse would never be the same again. Thanos raised the gauntlet, feeling the pulse of endless universes bending to his will. He didn't celebrate. The weight of countless lives lost pressed on him. Somewhere in the void, a faint echo of Darkseid's wrath lingered, a reminder that conquest never truly ends. The multiverse was his dominion, but fragile, unsteady, and haunted by the presence of a god who could never truly die. Balance had been shattered, and only he could hold it. In the end, silence ruled. Stars blinked cautiously, galaxies swirled in hesitant orbits, and the multiverse waited to see what Thanos would do next. Legends whispered of the battle that erased worlds and reshaped reality. The conqueror gazed into the void, aware that absolute power brings eternal vigilance. One titan remained, one universe endured, but the cost of dominion was written in every trembling star. The multiverse would remember this war forever.